Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse. Tonight we have a panel discussion. We are going to take a look at our top 5 blues tracks. So the panel's here. We are ready. Let's get this one started.
Throw those horns up. It's time for Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Hey, welcome everybody. Nice to see you. Hey, thank you for coming into the chat. Anybody who wants to tell us what your top 5 blues tracks are, please let us know in the chat. I've got a panel here. We've got Ernesto, Byron, and John the Music Nut. And I've changed the layout a bit just for the hell of it. But we're live and we're just going to have a little chat. Yeah, we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite blues tracks. So I don't know. I feel like these guys have been on the show all week. Like there's been a limited engagement and you guys are just all here all the time. I think, John, you're muted.
You can do a marathon one night. Just do like 5 shows back to back.
Live. I was muted.
You were muted. What did you say?
I was responding to Dan Goucher. Dan Goucher, D-Rocker, welcome.
Oh,
Dan,
yeah.
Well, Dan's asking if you're live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dan, I'm always live. Well, not always, but I have been a lot lately just because I'm backed up, and I said that before. I can't keep recording stuff and not put it out, and that's what I've been doing. So.
D-Rocker already starting out with the good one. Gary Moore still got the blues. Man.
Well,
that's right.
All right, kids. Well, let's get this dog started because I can hardly wait to go to bed. So, I mean, it's 10 p.m. here, Eastern Daylight Time here in Ohio. And John the Music Nut's on the same
time zone.
Yeah, than mine. But, you know, Ernesto, he's out in L.A. and Byron's out hanging out with Matthew Sweet. Yeah. You were the king. I've been doing live ever since. This is not new. I've done live ever since I started this channel. We just done a lot of live this week, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. Well,
yeah,
we're going to see what these gentlemen did. In fact, I'll ask them how. Well, we kind of talked about this prior to the show, and I guess it wasn't quite as easy a task because think about it. How many blues songs are there? How many different versions of like the same song is there? Yeah, right. I mean, you have all these different artists. I don't know how you guys were able to whittle it down.
Very hard. Yeah. Very hard.
Well,
I think it's very hard. On my part, I think it's very hard.
Yeah.
Chef
Dan's
Dibble.
gonna give a prop to Backdoor Man by Howlin' Wolf. We'll give him that. Blue Jean Blues was ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start this off. I'm just gonna go the way I see him. I'm gonna go Ernesto, Byron, and John the Music Nut, and we're just gonna loop-de-loo round the loo. So here we go. I think BB King Live at the Regal is my number 1 song since it's a big medley.
That's a good one too.
A good one.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers in Arms. Is that really blues though, D-Rocker? No. Is it?
And what's blues? That's the other question I had.
What is blues?
What is blues? I mean,
I don't know.
It's all about heartbreak and depression, and I mean, it's everything. It's everything about life, I guess. You know, it could be a lot of different things.
Yeah. All right, kids. Well, let's throw up the first one. Ernesto, what are you starting out with?
Oh, I'm going to start at number 5.
Okay.
And
I don't have number 5 in front of me, so I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Just start talking and then I'll.
Okay. So I heard this when I was putting my set together. I was listening to music and trying to get a little estimate of an idea of what I like and what I think to me would be the top 5. And even though it's like very hard, believe me, it was very hard. I heard this and I said to myself, wow, this is such a great song. I mean, why haven't I listened to it sooner?
Thank God it's on 8-track.
Oh, nice.
I've got that graphic.
Country Road.
It's on my face.
There you go. Country Road, man. Beautiful song. I mean, it's live too to top it off. It sounds amazing. And it's just something about it. Nobody talks about him that much. It's funny. We don't really hear that much about him. And the fact that even though it says jazz, blues, fusion, it's so blues, that song. It's bluesy, and an amazing song. And from all the songs that I've heard from this album, because I have a couple of, 8 tracks of him, but I love Country Road. And it's one of those songs that stick with you, and you could just listen to it in the car and just jam on it and like taking a drive or something. So that'll be my number 5.
That's a good one.
Nice.
I told you guys, I don't know if I told you guys, but there was some show that I saw John Mayall like less than a year ago,
Right.
when he was out on the road.
Right.
And he was in La La Land. He didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
His musical director, his guitar player, had to keep him in line. He'd go over, okay, John, we're going to play Country Road now, but John Mayall just jumped right in. And he would just play it. He didn't know where he was or what year it was, but he remembered all the songs. He remembered how to play them, and it was incredible. He didn't play any guitar. He played a lot of keyboards though.
Oh,
but all that muscle memory that he built up from all those years, still incredible.
It's a great album, believe me. You guys got to listen to it when you have a chance. Amazing.
All righty.
Nice.
Byron, what's next? Thank you.
It's not the John Denver song, right?
Huh?
No, this is the
I don't know that one.
I was thinking James Taylor.
Yeah.
whatever, just so it takes me home. That's
There you go.
All right, Byron, go ahead.
All
You're
right,
up.
so someone was saying, well, how do you do this? Like, I was like, God, there's a million songs you can choose from, and and I couldn't decide, well, do I pick a song or do I pick a version, whatever. But then I just sat down and I was like, what are 5 songs that are bluesy that I just really, they're my go-tos,
There you go.
and it didn't matter to me if they were written in the 20s or the 30s or 40s, whatever. Oddly enough, most of what I picked was probably written
It's a lot of
later,
later
to be honest with you. I didn't really pick any old school stuff tonight. So what I'm going to start with, and some of these picks might be a little controversial, but I'm going with them. But this first one I think is people will agree with. I Loved Another Woman, which was on the first Fleetwood Mac album. It's a Peter Green song. It's a real slow, haunting song about, guy cheats on his girl leaves him. And it's got that Black Magic Woman feel, because he kind of wrote a few things that were similar to that. This was before Black Magic Woman. And the guitar solo on it's just great. It's just Peter at his peak, I think. So I'm going to go with that. I'd love Another Woman.
Good one.
It's an excellent choice, Byron. That's a great record too. Well, all that Peter Green stuff.
Yeah.
And
Either you like the Peter Green stuff or you like the Lindsey Buckingham stuff. It's
they're both good.
Right,
They're both good.
it's a different mix of what
Yeah, you're right. 100%. All right, John the Music Nut, you are up.
All right, thank you, Grant. Now I took the Byron route here. I could have racked my brains, but I'm like, forget that. I'm just gonna pick blues songs I've loved for like over 30 years. So no blues artist one blues artist that I did talk about on our previous show about blues, but the rest I don't believe I talked about. But I believe, Dan, you mentioned a song by this band in the chat, and the live version's on this album, and I'm going to go with Cream from Wheels of Fire.
Oh.
And I'm going to go with Sitting on Top of the World.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Goodbye cover up because I just guessed. But it's still Scream, though. Scream. So either one.
Yeah. Now, what they did with this song was they slowed it down to a crawl, and it's wonderful. Jack Bruce's vocal on here is spectacular, and Eric plays so well, and you have the little things that Ginger Baker's throwing in as well, but I dig this version. And interestingly, Grateful Dead sped it up really fast, which would be like, you would think they would be the ones that would slow it down, right? But I've always loved this album, and it's my favorite tracks off the album. And Jack's voice is to die for on this one. And so, Sitting on Top of the World, Cream's version from Wheels of Fire.
Good one.
The studio disc. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Now, did you ever hear the live version? Was it any difference on the plane?
I don't.
It's live on here on Goodbye.
It's live on Goodbye?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Any difference?
I don't think it must have been on a expanded version of Good. Was it on the expanded
No,
version?
it's on
Goodbye?
there.
I thought side 2 of that was live. Is it or not?
Side 2 was live, but I don't think Sitting on Top of the World was on.
I don't know. I thought it was live.
I don't remember.
Does anybody in the chat know? Can someone look that up? All right, good enough. Cream, excellent choice. All right, Ernesto, what you got?
Okay, so my number 4. I know we talked about this guy.
On side 2, guys. Sorry.
My bad. I haven't listened to it in a while, so
I know
you can't remember everything,
right?
Even though I try.
All right, I think it is really slow on there too,
and it is live.
It is live.
Okay. First 3 songs are live on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell, it could be from the same show for all I know.
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Go ahead.
And I don't think that was the final Goodbye because they reunited a couple of years later, right?
In 2005, they did.
Yeah.
They did 8 shows. They did 4 at the Garden in New York City, and they did 4 at Royal Albert Hall in London. Yeah, I have that live disc too.
That's good.
It's a 2-disc. It is very
I'll tell you one that I really like that I might even like better is the Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton one. Have you heard that live show?
I've heard it, and it's great. I don't own it though, but it's been a long time since I've heard it. But yeah.
Well, I keep looking for it to see if it ever pops up in the wild, but I haven't seen it. But I really enjoyed that. I think Steve Winwood is a guitar player.
Oh my gosh.
Very underrated. No one gives Steve Winwood any props, but
amazing.
He plays a lot of guitar on that. And of course, his organ playing, keyboard playing is incredible. But that's a good one. I recommend that one.
Nice.
Anyway, go ahead.
So the next one I picked, we've talked about this guy so much, it's crazy. And everybody likes him. So, but when I remember about the live album, I thought to myself, I go, God, I got to listen to this live album again because I know it's good. Mm-hmm. And I know there's one song that stands out for me is, can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rock Me Baby. Yep. I love this album, man. As much as I love Bridge of Signs, this live album is so good, And I know it's hard to pick what song you like and which one would be the best. It's just for me, Rock Me Baby just stands out, Yeah. This team is amazing on this, Amazing.
Great stuff.
It stands out, It's like it's one of those albums you got to have in your collection, man. You just got to have it.
I think I have it on vinyl, I think.
Yeah, you got to have it. And I know everybody else has it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Byron got it, right, Byron?
Yeah, I got it.
Byron lives it, for God's sake.
That was my first Trower album I ever owned.
Really? Oh, wow. Yeah. Good. Man, and it still cranks to this day on 8-track. So if you don't have it, get it. Because you're missing out on this album. But I picked Rock Me Baby. There it is.
There
Dan
you go.
And D are all over it.
Yep.
Robin Trower, Bluebird.
Yep.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Rivers, Memphis. Look at that. John Mayer. Oh, I don't like John Mayer. I'm gonna take that down. Not really too bluesy, but Stage Fright by Legs Diamond. Legs Diamond. Oh my God.
That's a hard rock band.
God, I was gonna pull some, but I don't think I can find it. Funny you should mention that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. You just get that from Rock Candy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of Rock Candy stuff sitting here. I'm just addicted. Let's see what we got. Not too okay. We just saw that. Glenn Campbell. Well, now we're talking Glenn Campbell.
That was just to John Mayall.
Hey, Davy. Nice to see you. Jimi Hendrix, Red House.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. That Trower 8-track is the way to hear it.
Hell yeah, it is.
He was made for 8-track.
He was made for 8-track.
Oh,
That is so
yeah.
freaking cool. I love that.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, next, Mr. Bolt.
Yeah. So this next one is by a band who got in a lot of trouble for ripping off a lot of blues artists over the years.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that this one they ripped off any artist when they made this one. And you know, a lot of times the blues is just like it's just a 12-bar, blues progression. And
Well, there you go. That's the
this
blues.
is kind of that, but there are some strange twists in this song which make it unique, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go with "Since I've Been Loving You" off of Zeppelin 3.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, it is this 12-bar blues, but no, there's some things in there that you just don't normally hear in a blues song, in my opinion. And it's a real dramatic song, and Plant's really putting everything he's got into the vocals, and it's just great. I like T for One. Is it T for One?
Yes.
I like that as well, but it's not quite as good as this one. So I'm going with this one tonight.
Excellent
Yes.
choice. Okay,
Oh,
Very good one.
John, you're up.
all right. Now I'm going to go with my requisite, what's been lately, 1 cassette per show.
Well, that's okay.
I've had this since 11th grade. And I never bought the CD to replace it. Maybe I should, because I love this album. This is Canned Heat, Boogie with Canned Heat.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, song I'm going with is Amphetamine Annie.
I just listened to that song the other day.
Ah, nice.
You know what? Speaking of Canned Heat, there's like a 2 CD set that was like a best of, and it's got like some alternate versions and stuff. Byron's gonna go get it.
No, I don't have that.
Nice.
Well, when he gets
got
up,
some
normally
more
that
Canned
means
Heat.
he's gonna go get it.
That's
Wow.
true.
Well,
I just
I'm
got
not
this
gonna go.
recently.
Ah,
It's the best of.
All right,
sweet.
but this one's like on EMI. What is this on? It's like on EMI or whatever. It actually might be on Liberty. Whatever. It's a CD, 2 CD set. It's got a lot of alternate tracks on it and stuff, and the sound quality on it's freaking killer. So check that out. If you like Canned Heat, I
Nice.
highly recommend. I can't think of what it's called offhand, but
They have
Well,
a lot.
you can
I think
find
they have
it.
a lot of compilations. That's yeah, because that's just how it went with them. But they kept re-recording their songs. The only original guy in the band now is Fido De La Parra, the drummer. But
Wow.
they still rock.
He wasn't even original.
Oh, he wasn't original. I
No,
know
he
he's
wasn't
on
on
this
Oh.
one.
I think he was on the second one, but not.
Okay, this is the second album. Okay.
Wow.
mark that on the list of yet another band with no original members. Still
Yeah.
going out.
That's right.
Nobody really talks about them. You don't hear anybody talk about them.
We're
Except
talking.
John.
John is. Go ahead, John.
Yeah,
John
that's
is.
right. I saw Dan mention Harvey Mandel. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
killer guitar player in there.
Yeah.
He played on the Future Blues album. And
Mm.
he
Harvey.
came in and he replaced the Sunflower Henry Vestine.
Oh, wow.
And most of the guys in this band have passed away too. There you go.
I'll
Marcus-
remember. Dan, I looked it up last night. It's still in print.
Yeah, Walter Trout played with them
I
for
got
a while
this
too.
Blue Ash
He
CD
did.
today.
That's true. He did.
This
Blue
is
Ash?
really something. Blue
Yeah.
Ash. They were a
Nice.
Youngstown, Ohio band from 1973, 72. Wow, this is obscure, but it's good. I'm
Nice.
working through it. I just got it today. I listened to it once.
There we
All right,
go.
kids. Well, we're always on a tangent. John, I'm with you on the Canned Heat. I love the
Yeah.
Canned Heat stuff.
And remember, speed kills. Don't do speed.
Jimi Hendrix Red House. Okay.
Sean
Johnny
Barnes got
Winter,
one.
Memory
Hello,
Pain.
Sean.
Hey, Sean Barnes.
You know what? I have 2 Canned Heat 8 tracks. I just couldn't find them though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn
Do you
it.
got any Johnny Winter 8 tracks? That's the question.
There
Yeah,
you
I do.
go. Blue
Oh,
Ash.
yeah.
That is killer power pop record record to the max before the term was coined. Yes, it is power pop before power pop even existed. I don't know where Steve Schnee is, but his radar, his
ears are ringing.
His ears or something's ringing. You know, he has to, I don't know if he knows about this, but he will. All right, there you go. Here's another one. Pat Travers, Magnolia.
Yeah.
God dang, you guys are all over it tonight.
That's
all
right.
right, everybody. Let's go over to Ernesto and see what his next pick is.
Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is somebody that performed with a really, really famous guitarist by the name of Gary Moore. And when I heard Gary Moore play with this guy, I was like, wow, this is good, because it was kind of my late introduction to the blues. And he blew my mind. I was like, wow, why wasn't I listening to this guy sooner? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy I'm talking about is Albert Collins.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And you know what song it is? Crosscut Saw.
Yeah.
What album is that?
Oh, it's King of the Blues. King of the Blues guitar.
Yeah. Well, I had it up here. I can't find it.
Man, he is amazing. I mean, when I saw him play with Gary Moore, I was like, and Byron could agree with me, he's just badass. I mean, you can't. It's hard to just talk about.
That's not it. That's Blues Power.
Yeah, it's Blues Power. It's hard to talk about these guys because they're in it's standard blues. It's not the most typical. I mean, you guys are throwing variety. I mean, which is great. I just went for the standards, which is it's the most common stuff. But I love it anyways.
Nice.
I've redeemed myself, people.
Indeed, that's right.
So. Crosscut Saw, go listen to it. You'll love it. You'll love Albert Collins. There it is.
Yeah,
and
that's probably a pretty rare 8-track too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. It's got a little record club thing on it. It's so, a little record thing. I don't know if you can see it right here. A little.
I see it right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because with blues 8-tracks, they're not that easy to find.
I was going to say.
Not as common as everything else, like the 80s stuff and all that. Even though the 80s stuff is worth more money, but the blues stuff is harder to find.
Ernesto, you got a question in the chat.
Oh, what?
Yeah, does that 8-track work because they can be rehabbed?
They can't or they can?
They can. Well, you can.
Oh, yeah, they can. Yeah. I had to learn how to fix them.
Oh, God, here we go. We have another question. Yep. Does the Pioneer have an 8-track section or you use tape out?
Does the Pioneer have an 8-track section? I have a Pioneer 8-track player. So,
but he's talking on your receiver.
The one behind you.
Yeah. They have a tape out.
Yours are separate, right, Ernesto?
Yeah.
A separate player.
Yeah. It's not a joint. It's not a combination kit. It's separate.
Yeah. Component system. Here you go. Chilliwack did a song called Magnolia 2, and it's a bluesy hard rocker before they got radio friendly in 1976 because they've been gone so long.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, I have everything Chilliwack. Holy crap, D, you've got everything Chilliwack? That says something. All right, kids. Excellent choice, Ernesto. Albert King, you can't beat that. He's a true... Well, legend. When you think blues, who else? Well, other than B.B. King, the Kings have it all wrapped up.
B.B. Freddie.
Yeah. All right, Byron, you're up.
All right. So this guy's name gets mentioned a lot around here lately, it seems like, and Ernesto was actually talking about him too. And he's my favorite guitarist of all time, and it is Gary Moore. This is the Story of the Blues CD single that I have.
Nice.
You could pick a couple different Gary Moore songs, whatever. But this one has got my favorite blues solo of his of all time. And it's just a great song. It's got horns on it. The lyrics are basically about the blues. It's about having the blues, and it kind of just sums up the blues for you. And I just think it's a great song, so I'm going to go with this. I mean, Still Got the Blues is great too, and there's others. But
what's the story behind? I couldn't find that it was on any album. The photo that I've gotten here is actually a 45 picture sleeve.
Yeah, because I think that's same. That picture's the same session as this, but
Yeah.
this is an import CD single, and he had here's that picture right there. He had a lot of singles in his day.
Yeah,
I've got a bunch of them, but it was on the After Hours album.
yeah, that's a good album.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
I think he does it on Blues Alive too, right?
He should do it on there too.
That's a good one too. Blues Alive.
Yeah, great live album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably my favorite blues song of his.
But that album has more horns, right? It had more horns.
Yeah, I think there are more horns on this one. Cold Day in Hell was a great song as well with a lot of horns.
Oh yeah.
So can't go wrong with those first two blues albums. It is.
Yeah.
That's all I got on that.
Gary
Nice.
Moore. There you go. Excellent. All right, John, it's up to you.
Okay, well, we talked about this wonderful guitar player ad nauseum when we did our last blues show, and I'm going to bring him up again. I couldn't keep Stevie Ray Vaughan out.
Oh, yeah.
I love this album, Couldn't Stand the Weather, and I love the song Tin Pan Alley. I love his vocal on this as much as his guitar playing. I've always said he's a very underrated singer here, but here he's amazing. I love this track. That's all I could say. I mean, you probably all know it. It's excellent song from a fantastic album, Couldn't Stand the Weather. Excuse me, Tin Pan Alley. There you go.
There you go. Cool. Excellent.
Thank you.
Ernesto, you're up.
Okay, I think it's my number 2. Yes, my number 2 is another famous blues guy. And like I said, it was very hard to pick these guys because they're all legends and all amazing players. But I picked one that stood out for me was John Lee Hooker.
Nice.
Yep.
And I picked Standing at the Crossroads. I don't know if Grant has the... I
looked and looked and looked, and I could not find that. It didn't even come up in Discogs.
What?
No.
Really? Wow.
Would I lie to you about that? Because I have to have all the graphics together, or I'll just have a hemorrhage. So I'm having a hemorrhage because I could not find it.
Wow. I saw it on Spotify. I figured it would be on there, but
everything else is on there with that title, but not John Lee Hooker. I don't know. You got me.
I mean, what can we say about John Lee Hooker that hasn't been said? I mean, he's a legend. He's up there with all those guys, But, Standing at the Crossroads, it's probably been covered by so many people. A great song. Legendary song. Legendary performer. Artist. Blues guy. Everything. I mean, is the guy still alive? Because I don't even know.
I think he died.
No, I think he
was born in
away.
1920, so he'd be over 100 years old by now.
It's been over 30 years since the Healer album, and he was pretty old then. So
well, give it a listen. Standing at the Crossroads.
Absolutely.
How about the Hooker and Heat album there, John?
I have that. That's killer.
Are you talking?
I don't think I've heard
Heat?
it. Yeah, Hooker and Heat.
Yeah, baby.
Hooker and Heat. It was like the last Heat album that did anything.
Yeah.
All that Can't Heat stuff's good.
Yeah.
Can't Heat were great, man.
Blues.
Like I said, I'm going to look that freaking comp up, tell you, because I think it's great. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves.
Nobody really talks about John Lee Hooker that much, and I'm glad we're on here talking about him because he doesn't get enough credit.
Well, he's getting credit tonight.
Yeah, he was getting, I mean, I think
a resurgence.
In the late 80s, early 90s, he was getting his props, and a lot of people were covering his songs, and I think the Healer had a lot of special guests on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. You don't hear about him much now, but I mean, 30 years ago, you heard his name pretty often.
Okay, this is the comp. It's called Can't Heat the Big Heat. It's 3 CD set.
Oh, wow.
Came out in 1982. But it's practically got everything you need on it.
They didn't have 3 CD sets in 82, did they?
What? Okay. We're talking, that's when it originally came out on vinyl. But it got re-released Wait a minute. 92.
92. Yeah.
I have
Okay.
my glasses on. I'm blind. I'm
Right.
not really blind, but 92 kids, 3 CD set on EMI. So look for it if you can, if you're even interested. But so the first disc is 1967 and 68. The second disc is 68 to 70, and then disc 3 is 70 to 73. Might be all the canned heat you need. Right.
Probably.
All right, now I don't know who's next. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Byron.
before we go on, DJ Dog 31, your Led Zeppelin choice. Byron mentioned that before already.
Oh wow!
Since I've been loving you.
Yeah.
Just to give you that.
Here we go, Rory Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
Anybody
Killer.
picked any Rory?
Love Rory.
I was going to, but then I figured John will beat me to it.
I didn't pick any Rory. I was thinking he was more blues. He's got some great blues, but I was looking at that Top Priority album. That's more blues rock to me.
Right.
It's a killer album, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
John Lee Hooker had a cameo in Blues Brothers.
David Wilcox. I haven't heard that name in a
Who's
while.
David Do I know that? Maybe I don't. Who's David Wilcox?
He's a guitar player. I've never seen him live, but I've heard great things.
All right,
cool. Snowy White got mentioned, and I've got a couple Snowy White albums. Yeah, he's definitely bluesy. He's from that Peter Green tree, really. Yeah, in my opinion.
Plus, he played with Pink Floyd.
What? Well, Thin Lizzy, we know about that too.
Yeah.
David Wilcox is a Canadian artist. All right, cool. All right, Byron.
All right, so this next pick may be controversial. I don't know.
Wait a minute. I think I might know what it is.
This is not a blues band at all. But to me, it's a blues song, but it's not traditional blues sounding. There's synthesizers in it, which give it more of a spacey feel almost. But it's definitely got that 12-bar blues,
right,
rhythm to it and whatnot. I'm going with Voyager by Gamma on their second album.
That may break the internet.
It's an odd pick, but it's a blues song, man. And it's kind of like it's spacey. It's got like these, like the synthesizers make it sound like there's wind blowing in the background, and there's the synthesizers, playing in the background to the chord changes. And the vocals are about a guy who has to leave his family and go on a voyage for a year. And he could be on a boat, or he could be on a
spaceship.
You really don't know, but it almost has that feel like he's on a spaceship. But man, the guitar solo on there is incredible. It's just one of Montrose's best solos, I think. So I'm going with that tonight.
Well, Martin Popoff's a big fan of this record.
Tough shit.
Wow,
Martin loves
you threw a curve on that right there. That's a curve.
Nice.
Right there.
Okie dokie, excellent choice, Byron. It'd be interesting to see what people say about that.
It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Heart Like a Wheel by Black Sabbath when he was singing. It's that same kind of feel. It's that slower.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Deep Purple Lazy. There you go.
Yeah.
Boxcar Willie.
No, wow.
Mule Train. Gotta love that.
Oh, and who we got? Oh, Grants Rock Warehouse is mentioning Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman. Wow.
Wow, we mentioned Boxcar Willie. I'm going to go
Walt
Slim Whitman,
but Slim Whitman.
I like it. No, I don't. I'm just throwing it up there. All right, kids, let's go to John the Music Nut.
Oh, I got a shout out for Sham Pipple. I really love that Shake That Thing song by Blind Mellow Jelly. Great stuff. Y'all ever watch Sanford and Son?
Yeah.
Well, that's Champ Pipple is what Fred Sanford called when he would mix his champagne ripple. He called it Champ Pipple.
I like that.
Yeah. But check out the Plymouth Jelly connection. I want my daddy's records.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. So,
All right.
okay. My next one is an off-cover T-Bone Walker blues song. And I was thinking about going with the Jethro Tull version, which is quite good. But I went with the Allman Brothers version of Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Mrs. Keller, they stretch it out to 10 minutes. On the Fillmore concerts, this is not at Fillmore East, this is Fillmore concerts that they put out in 1992, and they put out some alternate tracks. On this version, they got a cool harmonica solo on it where you don't have that on Fillmore East, at least from what I remember. But yeah, Stormy Monday, everyone knows it. It's one of the classic blues songs.
Yeah.
I don't have to. And Greg Allman sings the fuck out of it. I mean, it's awesome. Great track. Yeah, I said it needed to be said. Greg Allman was a fantastic blues singer.
Yeah.
Lee
Michaels. What was his hit in the 60s?
I don't remember.
He was a one-hit wonder in the 60s. Maybe it's a different guy.
No. You're thinking the right one, but
If any of you know it in the comments, please put it in.
I think it was on his.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
DC 2 time.
There you go.
Holy
DC.
crap, DC.
For 14 days.
Coming in with the win.
Yep. DC coming in with the win.
Slim was a really good and heck of a yodeler. See?
Yeah.
We
Yodeler,
have some Slim Whitman fans.
I only knew his records for being sold on commercials.
Yeah.
My
Just
grandma
like
had
NASCAR.
some of his records.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, that
Nice.
song, that Lee Michaels song, Do You Know What I Mean's a good track.
It is a cool tune.
It's good.
Great 60s wonders. There you go.
Nobody's talking
Stormy
about
Monday. My favorite live album of all time. Allman Brothers Band at Fillmore East. Just wanted to throw that
Excellent
out.
choice. Excellent
Thank you.
choice. Ernesto,
Okay, this is it for me. This is the last one.
I don't know if I have, well, I have a graphic for this one. The other one,
Okay.
you threw a curveball at me.
I know. This is the shit for me, of course. Another guy who played with Gary Moore and who totally blew me away when I was, getting into the blues and stuff. So I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Blues Power.
That's a classic.
Classic album. And I have it on album and I have it on CD, but I couldn't find it on 8-track. I have it, but
Anybody that out here watching and have seen Ernesto on this show, please take note, because I don't think I've ever seen him hold up a record before.
Oh yeah.
And this really is quite a moment.
Absolutely.
I do.
You have?
them.
Yeah, he's a few I've seen.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
My bad.
okay. I just
But this
Impression.
album kicks butt, man. And I'm telling you, awesome album. But Blues Power is the one that gets you and really strong. And it just blows my mind. I love that song. That's why it was hard to pick, a number one for me. But when I heard that one, I was like, that's it. That's got to be the one for
that
me.
encompasses everything that you
It does.
think the blue. Okay. There you go. Excellent. Super. Take a listen to Ronnie Montrose's lead from In This World from Mr. Bones.
I have that CD. That's hard to find that CD.
Sega original soundtrack music.
Oh, wow.
You get it.
See, I knew it. And get that Canned Heat CD while you're at it.
Yeah. But
Jeez, I think we might have lost him right there.
that's an amazing record, though.
So that's what it looks like?
There you go.
I'll be
Wow.
darned.
This is a video game soundtrack as well.
Oh.
It's pretty hard to
Wow.
find these days.
Wow.
Or think.
Mungo Jerry. You can't forget
Promotional
Mungo
only. They
Jerry.
probably all were promotional only.
Well, there you go.
Good one.
All right, Ernesto, that was a good one. Byron, what you got?
All right, so I've mentioned this guy before. I know John is a big fan. So this song came out in '94, and I happened to go see him when he was touring for this album. And there's a story to this song, and so I had never heard the song, and I'm going to this show, and this is almost 30 years ago, right? So I don't remember the exact day or not, but I'm pretty sure that on this particular day of the concert, this woman that I was in a pretty significant relationship with dumped me. Okay. It was either that day or like the day before. It was so I was kind of, not in a good place. So this is Tinsley Ellis. So the song is "A Quitter Never Wins."
Quitter never wins. Yeah.
So I'd never heard this song, and I'm not in a good frame of mind. And this song comes on, and I'm like, that bitch.
A quitter never wins.
And so this song is stuck with me every time I hear it. I think of that, and but it is a really good song. It's got this real powerful riff that starts the song, and and it's just I just love it. It reminds me of some bad times 30 years ago, but I'm in a good place now. So.
He may have just started an idea.
There you go.
You just, Byron, you just have to learn to let go.
Yeah, I have. I'm in a much better place, but
Yeah.
it was
You can
rough.
tell.
It was rough back in '94.
Well, did you get any closure from it? Did she just break it off and that was it?
Yeah, we had a little closure later. So, yeah.
You mean closure like this?
Now, is that guy still alive?
That kind of closure?
Tinsley Ellis is still
What are
out
we
there. He's
talking
still
about?
touring.
He's still cranking out the albums.
What kind of closure are we talking
He's still out
about?
touring.
All right,
Now, here's the question: if you heard that song now, would it be would it rekindle something like a memory?
It doesn't. It's not like a gut punch when I first heard it that night, But now it takes me back to that, but I don't feel the pain like I did when I first heard it.
Right.
There you go, kids. We're learning a lot more about Byron tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to get over that.
My wife
And,
has, cured all of my pains.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
good. If you need to
Does she
talk,
have a
Right
song?
there.
Byron, does she have a song?
Yeah.
but Byron,
Yeah.
if you need to talk to us, we
Yeah,
are
Some
here
Kind of
for you.
Wonderful by Grand Funk.
There you go.
All right, kids. Excellent. Good choice. Well, I guess. All right, John the Music Nut, you're up.
Oh, it's a great choice. I was wrestling with that one to put it in the top 5, but at the end I just stuck with the songs I've loved for decades.
Good.
And that one I've only known for about 10 years or so. So
Mhm.
that's why I didn't put it in. But fantastic song. By the way, you're all bringing it in the comments. Thank you so much. You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Steve Miller Bank,
darn
2
straight.
King Biscuit Flour 2 CD set. I know. Oh, Dan, that is one of those ones. I want that, but I've never seen it in the wild. It's it's a thrill of the hunt. But yeah, I'm keeping my eye open for that. I don't know. I need that. Good one. Warehouse After Dark. That's right.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Yep. We're learning so much.
I know.
Mhm.
Like I said, Byron, if you need me, I'm here for you. Frigid Pink made a great fuzzy bluesy album in 1970. Did not know that. Got to mention my favorite blues song, Great White House of
Good
Broken Love.
Excellent.
Good one.
What's the one Great White song that's I don't know if it's that one. I can't remember what it is. Rock Me Through the Night or something.
Rock Me, it's just called.
Rock Me.
Yeah.
There's some great guitar. People don't talk about Great White.
Mark Kendall, I think, was his name.
But there's
Yeah,
some
that's
really
it.
good guitar playing on there.
Yeah,
You know?
they were a solid bluesy California metal rock band. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
hard rock, bluesy hard rock.
They were big in LA, believe me. They were really
Oh
big.
my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw a softball here, but I mean, and I don't even own this song, but I've heard it so many times that there's no way I couldn't put this at number one. BB King, The Thrill Is Gone.
Oh, wow.
He won the Grammy for Best R&B Song of the Year in 1969.
Yeah. Bluesway Records.
I mean, this was one of his crossover hits. I mean, something he always played live. Thrill's Gone. I mean, just fantastic track. I mean, it's the one BB King song that most people would know.
Yeah.
Well, when you think blues, I think this is transcended. People
Yes.
instantly know what it. People know what this.
It's a
song is.
crossover song too, is what it really was.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
I think
a great song.
excellent choice.
Thank you.
How could you not?
Yeah.
It's iconic. So, all right, cool. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
There
DC.
you go.
I got dumped by a girl at St. Agnes Festival, and now I hate calypso music.
Calliope.
Calliope.
Calliope. I
Yeah.
can't see that. All right. I like calypso. So, Elvin Bishop was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think we did it. That's it, right?
Any
guys-
honorable mention? Honorable
anything?
mention?
We
I already mentioned mine.
We got 10 minutes. So
I got a few things I could go over.
go ahead.
Yeah.
You guys can do.
Oh,
your
there you
thing.
go. Of course,
I'm a
you're going
king
to go
bee.
with.
I'm a king bee, baby.
There you go. Mahogany Rush. You definitely have to
Yep.
bring them up.
That's a
Good
good
stuff. It's a great live album.
It's very good. I love this album. I have this on 8-track too, by the way.
Of
One.
course.
Of course you do.
You cannot go wrong with Mahogany Rush.
All right,
Never.
Byron, you got anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a few things here that I wrote down. I'm gonna go with "You Don't Love Me," which has been covered by a lot of artists. It was on that Fillmore, I think, that John. was
That's
showing.
right.
That's
That's
just
right.
a
It's
great
on here.
song. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Gary Moore did a live version of it. Pat Travers has done it. Mayall did it. Albert King did it. The Stumble, Freddie King, I think, originally did that. Gary Moore did it. He gets mentioned a lot here. John Mayall did it. Jeff Beck did it. How about I Ain't Superstitious? Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's the Willie Dixon track. I love Beck's version of it. Now, let's talk about Willie Dixon real quick. I whipped this out
there you go.
before.
Oh,
The mobile
So-
fidelity.
Yeah, he wrote so many of the great blues songs. Hell, just on this one, you got Backdoor Man, I Can't Quit You, Baby, Spoonful, I Ain't Superstitious, You Shook Me, I'm Your Hoochie Coochie Man, Little Red Rooster. That's just the tip of the iceberg for what this guy wrote, I Just Want to Make Love to You. He wrote that.
wow.
Muddy, I think, really made that one famous, but Foghat version is probably my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't really mentioned Robert Johnson at all,
I know.
he wrote some great ones. I tell you, one of my favorites of his is it doesn't even seem like a blues song. The Red Hot. I had no idea he wrote that till much later. I always used to hear that and I was like, he did that? You know what I'm talking about, right? Hot Tamales and the Red Hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That,
I know it vaguely.
you wouldn't know
I
that
know.
he had written that. It doesn't seem like a blues track, but that's probably about all I'll go over tonight.
All right, cool. Elvis made a lot of great bluesy tracks, evidently. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And no one mentioned Fabulous Thunderbirds. No.
Their early albums are really blues
Yeah.
before they.
And they kind of wanted to get a hit. Like a lot of acts do. Well, they could be bluesy for a couple albums, and all of a sudden the record company's going, you know what, gentlemen? We kind of need a hit. But Tough Enough was a good single. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
a lot of airplay played on the radio.
Need to hear Steam Hammer. There's a Rod Stewart connection as well as Captain Beyond connection.
Mm.
You guys have any Captain Beyond?
No.
I do.
Don't.
I have one on A-Track.
I got 2 of the Japanese imports, Captain Beyond. Worth checking out. All right, gentlemen, do we got anything else? We've almost 1 hour. The comments have all been taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some ZZ Top mentioned here in the comments. Full for your stockings.
Yeah.
Blue Jean Blues.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah,
Or
I
Brown
might have
Sugar.
missed those.
Brown Sugar. Even
Yeah.
though it's a little more blues rock.
Yeah.
That's a killer track right there. Oh gosh.
Richie
Just My
Sambora,
Groove.
Mr. Bluesman. I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, that's off of his first album.
Yeah, the first album. Yeah, that album's actually
Strange-
pretty good. It's
Yeah,
actually
Stranger in This Town.
Yeah.
It's actually
I
probably
remember
give that
when
a
that
9
came
out of
out.
10.
Yeah.
It was 92. Yeah, Mr. Bluesman, Eric Clapton does a solo on it. Yeah,
If you
very
like
good.
Early Tall, you'll dig Steam Hammer.
There you go.
Not familiar with Steam Hammer.
Yeah,
I like
know.
Early Toll though.
Yeah.
There you
All right,
go.
kids, let's wrap it up. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on the panel. It's fun again. I feel like you've been here every night with me.
Yeah.
So I'll be glad not to see you tomorrow. But I do appreciate it.
Wayne.
Ernesto,
Thank you.
Byron, John, it's always fun to have you guys on. And everyone in
Thank
the
you.
chat, everybody who tuned in, I totally appreciate it. What can I say? I feel blessed. It's just the fact that someone tunes in, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But hopefully we've turned you on to some blues stuff. It's a little bit different, you know? Ernesto really came up with this idea in the other episode about doing a blues album ranking. And then I thought, well, why don't we do our blues top 5 blues tracks or whatever. Just kind of fun, a little bit different. All right, gentlemen, I want to wish you a good night. I want to wish everybody in the chat room good night. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. But Saturday, kids, we are doing the 90s listening party at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on my channel. 2 hours of 90s. It's a lot different than the 80s stuff that I've been playing. It's a lot more rocking. I'll give you that.
Nice.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd,
Oh,
Blue
yeah.
on Black. They used
Oh
to
my
play that
gosh.
all the time on the radio.
Keep forgetting. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Brush with
Jeff
the Blues
Beck,
is
Brush
good.
with the Blues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good.
So
one.
many good ones.
There you go. God darn, you guys are all over it. All right, everybody,
Absolutely.
we'll see you and have a good weekend. See you, gentlemen.
Good night.